All right, looks like our birds have slowed down. I managed to feed almost all of our birds. Two of them, actually one of them is left, and that is Ludwig. He's right on deck. Let's see if we can get him some food. So these guys swallow their food whole. Ludwig is one of my more unique feeders. Sometimes he will eat off of the ground, but looks like he ate 3 pretty big size herring. All right, so that means everybody had at least one fish. We do give our birds 1 vitamin a day because the food that they would eat in their natural habitat would be live. We do freeze it and then thaw it to make sure that there aren't any bacteria or parasites in the fish, so it's for their health and safety. But just like we take vitamins and supplements, so do these guys. So Paddles decided to eat a herring off of the deck that somebody dropped. So she has not gotten her vitamin, but she has gotten 1 herring. And that is more important. So we'll try to get her vitamin to her in the next 2 feeds. We have 20 Magellanic penguins here in our June Keys penguin habitat. Behind the scenes, we have some really interesting developments. We have some eggs, we have some chicks. Look out on our social media. We'll announce what's going on there. Right now, they're behind the scenes. We want to make sure everybody is happy and healthy before we announce what has been going on. But I can tell you we have some very happy birds. You can hear some birds that want to be fed by their parents right now. So you're not going to see all 20 of the birds. In fact, some of them are incubating eggs. Some of them are taking care of their chicks. And every other day, we make sure that one of the parents gets a supplement that's very important for their health. So that's why you might see some of the kennels or some of the burrows are blocked. So the holes that you see in the exhibit, there's actually 9 of those. They connect to a tube which connects to a modified dog kennel. So behind the scenes, I actually got a chance to feed the parents and the birds that are incubating eggs. So this is actually our 6th breeding season we've had on exhibit here. We've had 10 chicks hatch, and this was the first year that some of the chicks that hatched here actually laid eggs, so it was pretty exciting to watch those guys grow up. Takes them a few years before they are ready to pair up and lay eggs. In their natural habitat, they might have some unsuccessful years. They might lay some eggs, they might get taken away, they might break, but they learn from the successful birds how to be good parents. So I've been watching that happen with a lot of our birds, including Jade and Skipper. So Jade and Skipper are pretty funny. They are a pair. They've been a pair for a while, but they finally claimed their own burrow, and we were surprised because Jade actually laid some eggs for us. So if you don't see Jade out here, that's because she's incubating those eggs in one of the burrows. Skipper is her mate. I think he's in the water right now, but his dad and brother are on deck. Actually, 2 brothers. Actually, every single bird on deck is somehow related to Skipper. Shim right there is the half-brother of Floyd. And Floyd and Roxy are a really great pair. They've had 5 out of the 10 chicks that have hatched here. Anderson and Gats here are 2 of their chicks. The rest are swimming around in the water. But I did just get done doing a feeding for these guys. These are Magellanic penguins. They're what we call a temperate species of penguin. They eat restaurant quality seafood, so we gave them herring and capelin. Everybody got at least 1 fish, and it looks like whatever is winning right now because she's had 16 capelin. Close behind that is her mate Shim, who has had 9. These guys eat a little bit less than 5% of their body weight a day, but since we have chicks behind the scenes, they're eating a whole lot to help those chicks grow. Chicks grow about 10% of their body weight a day. We've had some fluctuations behind the scenes, but that's good. Means the parents are doing a really good job. I got a chance to see one of them feeding their chick. And if you listen really closely, you might be able to hear some of the chicks vocalizing for food. The louder they are, the more likely they are to get fed. So again, you are looking at Magellanic penguins. I did just get done with a feeding for them. And they are part of an SSP, a species survival plan. So once a year, they have a really big breeding season, and then they molt. It's a pretty interesting time. They go through a catastrophic molt. They replace all of their feathers at once. It takes about a month. So if you visit us around August, September, October, our birds look pretty funny, but it's something that helps their feather structure. So the feather structure is what keeps them dry in the water. All the birds that you see swimming around, their feathers or their skin is completely dry. They also have something called a uropygial gland. It secretes oil, and it allows them to preen or condition their feathers. But when you are an ocean sentinel and you swim and migrate 1,000 to 3,000 miles like these guys can, you have to make sure you take good care of your feathers. Best way to do that is to molt them once a year. Thank you guys so much for hanging out here. Enjoy the rest of your day here at the aquarium. If you come out here around 1 to 1:30, I'll be feeding these guys again, and then again around 3:30. Again, we give them food 3 times a day. Does kind of vary from day to day depending on what the birds need, depends on what's going on behind the scenes. Thank you guys so much for supporting us, because we are a nonprofit institution, so your paid admission is going right back to these animals to give them the care that they need. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day here.